Hello world, Geriatric Geek here. How in the heck are you? I hope you're doing great. It's a beautiful morning here in North Las Vegas. It's going to be about 87 today. Yeah, so let's see, what are we on? Tuesday, April the 20th, 2021. So hey, thanks for joining me. Thanks for showing up. I do appreciate it. So just a little aside for those of you that are interested in anything Vegas. There's a brand new resort opening in June of this year called Resorts World. It's going to be the first new resort opening in Las Vegas in 10 years. So they're booking reservations now if anybody's interested, but I believe it's going to open June either 10th or 24th. I can't remember exactly, but sometime in June. Yeah, big happenings here in Vegas. So anybody that's interested, it's probably going to be a little warmish around that time of the year, but hey, we have air conditioners everywhere. Don't fret. Everybody's air conditioned. So hey, again, thanks. You guys know why we're here. We have a little MVD haul and some Hamilton Book haul. So let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what the heck the old fart has picked up this time around. Starting it off with a really interesting thing, I think. I haven't watched it yet, but everything I've read is it gets really good reviews, and that is something by Dario Argento. Has his daughter in it, I do believe, Asia Argento. The Stendhal Syndrome. Not rated, 119 minutes. This is from 1996. Like I said, it gets really good reviews. This is about this young lady that has a problem called a psychosomatic disease. Basically, beautiful art causes her to get disoriented and dizzy and have all kinds of physical effects. I'd never really heard of that syndrome, but sounds interesting to me. Dario Argento's masterpiece of terror, uncut, uncensored, and newly remastered. When beautiful police detective Anna Mani follows the blood trail of a sophisticated serial murder rapist through the streets of Italy, the young woman falls victim to the bizarre Stendhal syndrome, a hallucinatory phenomenon which causes her to lose her mind and memory in the presence of powerful works of art. Trapped in this twilight realm, Anna plunges deeper and deeper into sexual psychosis until she comes to know the killer's madness more intimately than she ever imagined. Stendhal syndrome is a real thing, by the way, in case anybody wanted to know. Kind of interesting phenomenon. So I'm interested to check this out. Can't wait to check it out. It's going to be on the top of my watch list. Next up, little double pleasure, yeah, double your fun. A guilty pleasure of the highest degree, Hell of the Living Dead, and Rats. Little double feature here. Hell of the Living Dead was put out in 1983. It's not rated, 99 minutes long. It gets, mediocre, middle of the road reviews. But I love zombie flicks, and that's what it is, so I'm interested. And Rats, Night of Terror from 1984 is not rated. It's an Italian flick, and it also gets middle of the road reviews. So yeah, we'll check that out. I'll read you a little bit about the Hell of the Living Dead. An accident at a chemical plant unleashes a horrific virus, and an elite SWAT team is sent to New Guinea to investigate. But when they arrive on the hellish island, they discover a plague of flesh-eating zombies as well as a beautiful female reporter who practices nude anthropology. Okay. Can the commandos survive this cannibal rampage, uncover a shocking government secret, and still find time for the occasional cross-dressing before the ravenous hordes of the living dead infect the entire world? This is directed by the notorious Bruno Mattei, who did The Other Hell. This 80s Italian gut muncher is infamous for its eye-popping gore, jaw-dropping dialogue, and heart-stopping use of inappropriate stock footage. Also known as Virus, Night of the Zombies, and even Zombie Creeping Flesh, Hell of the Living Dead has been newly transferred in shocking high definition from the original uncut and uncensored negative. Okay. There's the back. In case you want to read for yourself about rats. I do like my creature features, so the rats thing will probably be something I'll watch real soon too. Alright, next a film by George Romero and Dario Argento. Argento back again. This is the limited edition. It's got Adrian Barbeau in it. Two Evil Eyes. Adrian Barbeau is easy on the eyes. It's 120 minutes long from 1990, R-rated. It's two horror tales based on short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. The masters of modern horror, George Romero and Dario Argento, bring you an unprecedented pair of shockers inspired by the tales of Edgar Allan Poe. Just like I said. In Romero's The Facts in the Case of Mr. Valdemar, a conniving wife, Adrienne Barbeau, of The Fog, and her lover use a hypnotic trance to embezzle a fortune from her dying husband, only to receive some chilling surprises from beyond the grave. Then, in Argento's The Black Cat, a deranged crime scene photographer is driven to brutal acts of madness and murder by his girlfriend's new pet. But will this cunning feline deliver a final sickening twist of its own? Sounds interesting. Couple goodies there. Let me know if you guys have seen either of these and what you thought of them. If you did, down below. Alright, next up, a little patriotic thing. Uncle Sam says, I Want You Dead. From 1997, it's R-rated, 90 minutes long. This is a comedy horror, of course. But it has Isaac Hayes in it from, Shaft fame. It's 4th of July weekend, and the recently discovered corpse of Sergeant Sam Harper, killed by friendly fire during the First Gulf War, is returned to his all-American hometown. But when Sam rises from the dead to punish the unpatriotic, only his young nephew and bitter Korean War veteran, icon Isaac Hayes of Shaft and South Park fame, can stop his red-blooded rampage. Draft dodgers, tax cheats, crooked politicians, and flag burners, beware. Uncle Sam wants you dead. Okay. I don't know. Let me know. Sounds like kind of a funny thing. Maybe some funny, crazy kills. We'll see. We shall see. A Larry Cohen film. God Told Me To. Not rated. 1976, 90 minutes long. It's a horror sci-fi. It gets pretty good reviews. Of course, Larry Cohen was a writer-director of Uncle Sam, the one we just looked at, and The Stuff. If you remember The Stuff, kind of crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. See what else did there? A rooftop sniper guns down 14 pedestrians on the streets of New York City. A mild-mannered dad takes a shotgun and blows away his wife and children. A cop goes on a sudden shooting spree at the St. Patrick's Day parade. And each of these unlikely killers makes the same dying confession. God told me to. Now, a repressed Catholic NYPD detective must uncover a netherworld of deranged faith, alien insemination, and his own unholy connection to a homicidal messiah with a perverse plan for the soul of mankind. Golly. There's the back, if you'd like to read the rest. Who put this out? Oh, the Blue Underground, yeah. Blue Underground. So these are all from MVD, by the way. All of these are from the MVD sale, recent sale they had. Bunch of Blue Underground stuff, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Next up is a post-apocalyptic collection. 1990, The Bronx Warriors, Escape from the Bronx, and The New Barbarians. 3-disc set. There you go. Now, I have seen Escape from the Bronx, and I found it pretty good. Yeah, but I have not seen the 1990 The Bronx Warriors or The New Barbarians. The 1990 The Bronx Warriors, it says, it's 1990 and the Bronx has officially been declared no man's land. The authorities have given up all attempts to restore law and order. When a beautiful young woman runs away from Manhattan into this wasteland of motorcycle gangs and marauding warriors, her corrupt father sends a ruthless mercenary to bring her back at all costs. But gang leader Trash has other plans, uniting the rival outlaws to wage an all-out guerrilla war against their corporate aggressors. I'll let you read the rest of those if you'd like. Let me know down below if you've seen any of those. And the last one from MVD is a Christopher Lee and Klaus Kinski in Edgar Wallace's Circus of Fear. I love circus horror movies. I don't know why. I really do like them. And something called 5 Golden Dragons. Double feature, Blu-ray. Also from Blue Underground. Circus of Fear is not rated, from 1966, 91 minutes. And 5 Golden Dragons is not rated, from 1967, 104 minutes. It's an adventure comedy, evidently. Circus of Fear says, what begins as a daring daylight armored car heist on London's Tower Bridge leads to a sinister circus where a disfigured lion tamer, Christopher Lee, is one of several suspects in a 3-ring nightmare of red herrings, grisly accidents, and cold-blooded murder. Klaus Kinski. Yeah, we got Klaus Kinski in this, and Margot Lee Jin. All right. This was originally released in America as Psycho Circus in black and white and cut by more than 22 minutes. Blue Underground has now restored the film to its full running time, presented in the stunning new 2K high-definition transfer from the original British color negative. This is Circus of Fear as you've truly never seen it before. Alright, sounds interesting. I'll let you read the Red Dragon verbiage, maybe, if it will. There we go. It focused finally. All right. Excuse me just a second. My camera is just a little wonky for me. All right. So that was MVD. Let me get into the Hamilton Book haul. Man, I can't leave Hamilton Book alone. I don't know about you guys, but I have a problem with cannot stop buying from Hamilton Book. They do have some pretty good sales, though. Especially for some things that I like, which you'll see here now. Blu-ray of Doctor Who. Doctor Who, Dark Water, and Death in Heaven 3D. Of course, this has probably one of my favorite doctors, Peter Capaldi. Both Dark Water and Death in Heaven is a 2-part story, both very dark, evidently, and it's from the 8th season. In the mysterious world of the Nether Sphere, plans have been drawn. Missy is about to come face to face with the Doctor, and an impossible choice is looming, where Cybermen on the streets of London, old friends unite against old enemies, and the Doctor takes to the air in a startling new role. Let me know down below if you guys enjoyed Doctor Who. If you do, what's your favorite Doctor Who? Peter is mine, by the way. Next up, a little more, looks like comedy horror, I'm hoping. Something called Deep Murder. Not rated, 85 minutes, 2019, horror comedy. And this gets middle of the road reviews. Some like it, some don't. Deep Murder is a genre-bending horror comedy that takes place inside the world of a softcore porn. It begins like any other porno, with a group of horny archetypes holed up in a poorly decorated house. But when they begin to be brutally murdered one by one, they're forced to evolve from cliches into real people in order to catch the killer in their midst and survive the night. All right. It's put out by Screen Media. Screen Media. Deep Murder. We shall see. And I like getting these. This is Dimension Extreme 13, Game of Death Unrated. 13, Game of Death Unrated. Not rated, 2006. This gets pretty good reviews. It's made in Thailand, I understand. How far would you go to be rich beyond your dreams? A down-on-his-luck salesman has lost his job, his car, and his girlfriend. When a mysterious cell phone caller offers him $100 million to play a game show featuring 13 secret challenges, he is in. The catch? The tests grow increasingly intense and morally questionable. But if he quits, he loses everything. Loaded with diabolical twists that lead to a shocking ending, 13 Game of Death is a top-notch thriller that'll grab you from the moment it starts until it finally lets go. It's put out by Dimension Extreme. Yeah, there we go. 13 Game of Death Unrated. Next up, how many of you guys have heard of or have read Carlos Castaneda? Castaneda. I call it Castaneda, I guess. Enigma of a Sorcerer. This evidently is, I don't know, a bit of a documentary. But when I was in the 70s, I used to love reading Carlos. And he's got I think he's got 12 books out. And he's passed away already. But yeah, if you haven't heard of him, if you're into alternate reality and those kinds of things, shamanism, Carlos is something to read if you're into reading. Carlos Castaneda's Enigma of a Sorcerer from 2004. It's a documentary. Like I said, I loved his books. Basically, it's about, Carlos is about perceiving non-ordinary reality. Yeah, kind of cool stuff. This a best-selling author for 30 years, Carlos Castaneda inspired millions to break free from social dogma, fueling controversy over his work's authenticity and assertions of perceiving non-ordinary reality. Genius, guru, cult leader, or fraud? No one really knows. Over 3 years in the making, this shocking expose explores Castaneda's mythic impact and controversial teachings. All right. It's put out by, I don't know, Indicator, I guess. There you go. I do like I said, I loved Carlos's books, so kind of interested to check that documentary out. Next up is season 1 of Helix. Helix. I've never even heard of this one before. Let me know down below if you guys have seen it. It's not rated, from 2014. This has 530 minutes worth of video on it. Evidently it's a drama horror. It gets pretty good reviews. I guess it's something like zombies mixed with the Thing kind of thing. We shall see. Helix is an intense thriller about a team of scientists from the Centers for Disease Control who travels to a high-tech research facility in the Arctic to investigate a possible disease outbreak, only to find themselves pulled into a terrifying life and death struggle that holds the key to mankind's salvation or total annihilation. The 13-episode sci-fi drama is executive produced by Ronald Moore, who also did Battlestar Galactica. Looks interesting. Like I said, it's put out by Sony. I have no idea. I've never watched anything on here, but looks like it could be good. I will be checking that one out soon. Next up, I got this only because of the name, and I'm not sure I'm going to like it, but it does feature Martin Scorsese, Wes Anderson, David Fincher, something called Hitchcock Truffaut. Hitchcock Truffaut. 81 minutes, PG-13. I guess it's a documentary. It gets pretty good reviews. It's about how Hitchcock worked on his films and his impact on other folks. Basically a documentary about Hitchcock, evidently. In 1962, Hitchcock and Truffaut locked themselves away in Hollywood for a week to excavate the secrets behind the mise en scene in cinema. Based on the original recordings of this meeting used to produce the mythical book Hitchcock Truffaut, this film illustrates the greatest cinema lesson of all time. And plummets us into the world of the creator of Psycho, The Birds, and Vertigo. Hitchcock's incredibly modern art is elucidated and explained by today's leading filmmakers, Martin Scorsese, David Fincher, on and on. Peter Bogdanovich and Paul Schrader. It's got some bonus features, question Q&A with Kent Jones and Noah Baumbach. Yeah, looks interesting. I do love me some Hitchcock, especially The Birds and Psycho. Let me know down below what your favorite Hitchcock movie is. All right, next up, Not Every Child is a Blessing. Delivery. The Beast Within. Not rated. 88 minutes from 2014. Gets so-so reviews. It's a psychological horror, so I'm in. You know, one of the scariest films of the year, says Robert Newitt. Delivery, The Beast Within, tells the story of Kyle and Rachel Massey, a young couple who agreed to document their first pregnancy for a popular reality show. During the production, following a series of disturbing paranormal events, Rachel begins to believe that a powerful force of evil has possessed their unborn child. Set against the backdrop of never-before-seen footage deemed too shocking to air, Rachel and Kyle's family and friends recount the terrifying ordeal that's remained a careful guarded secret until now. It's put out by Cinedyne. Delivery, The Beast Within. All right, talk about guilty pleasures. One of my favorites, I guess, from the past seasons. I was really happy to get this for very inexpensive. Seasons 1 and 2 of Peewees Playhouse. That's right. This aired from 1986 to 89, of course on CBS, Saturday mornings. My sons used to watch this, I remember, and I liked it too. It's, you know, fun and educational, I guess is what I'm going to call it, of course with old Paul Reubens. This is a Shout Factory release. Who didn't? Well, did you guys like Paul Reubens and Peewees Playhouse? Let me know down below what you thought. Classic stuff. Next up, Tonight She Comes. It Follows meets Cabin Fever. 83 minutes, 2016. Not rated. It's a comedy horror. All right. Gets crappy reviews. I guess you just turn your brain off and try and enjoy this one, kind of thing. A hardcore, blood-soaked beast of a movie. Yesterday she was chosen. At midnight she was sacrificed. This morning she was buried, and tonight she comes. After a girl goes missing, two of her friends and a mysterious set of strangers will find themselves drawn to the cabin in the woods where she disappeared. They will laugh, they will drink, they will kiss, they will enjoy each other's bodies, and they must all die. Who put this out? Raven Releasing. Maybe a Canadian film, I do believe. All right. I just got this because of the cover. You'll see why. Forged by Evil. Calibur. Calibur, not rated, from 2017, 72 minutes long. It actually gets, mediocre reviews. Definitely worth checking out. Satisfies any sort of B-movie itch you might have. Excuse me. A journalist investigates an infamous urban legend about a madman wielding a magical and deadly axe to kill unsuspecting campers as a new series of murders begin. All right, it's put out by Red Eye Releasing. Calibur. And my last pickup from Hamilton Book is The Haunting of Helena. The Haunting of Helena. Not rated, 2012, 88 minutes. It's an Italian flick, I do believe. Fairy tales can become nightmares. After a divorce, Sophia moves to the south of Italy with her daughter Helena. Their new home, an austere building of the fascist age, hides a mysterious closet and a dark secret. After the loss of Helena's first baby, Tooth, a chilling obsession begins. She collects her classmates' fallen teeth with an urgent hunger and begins to see strange apparitions. It soon becomes clear that there is far more to this apartment than can be seen. Sophia finds herself in a terrifying fight to save her child while maintaining her own sanity. The Haunting of Helena will keep you at the edge of your seat as it slides in agony along the sharp blade of psychological terror. All right. Here's the back. Like I said before, if you guys have seen any of these, that's it, by the way. If you've seen any of these, let me know down below what you thought and whether they're any good. So, hey, thanks so much for joining us today. I do appreciate it. Got a big giveaway coming up here in the next day or so, so stay tuned. The gentleman that won one of my giveaways a few weeks ago has still never contacted me, so I'm going to give those away again. I'm going to redraw from the other, and I'm going to give away some other stuff. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Again, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're staying safe. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Come on, you guys. Let's get this. I'm begging you. Tell your friends, your neighbors, your enemies to come visit and watch the little crazy man talk about movies that he enjoys watching. So, hey, until next time, you guys keep smiling, keep having fun. Peace.